Have you ever wondered how does it happen that in some cases for some products, for some big brands like Coca-Cola, like Gillette, you name the others, they can be along for more than 100 years, and statistics show that for most of the product, actually for 66% of the new products, they fail within the first 2 years. Well, every product, it doesn't matter for how long they've been around, go through the same stages. We call that the product life cycle. And in the product life cycle, one very important aspect that every marketeer should know is pricing. How to price accordingly to the price life cycle stage the product is in. And to give you an understanding about it, when you launch a product, you may have a certain price, right? Nobody knows about your product at that point. Well, you go on with $10. At the maturity stage, where the product is the most popular it has ever been and sells the most and has the biggest numbers, you may want to increase the price because you can turn out to have more profits, right? And it of course can go the other way around. In the growth stage of the life cycle of the product, it has to go and start selling more and more and more. Well, if that doesn't happen, you may want to be flexible enough to lower the price to start the sales, right? So the pricing is a dynamic process. In this video, we talk about 7 price adjustment strategies that you need to know about, because depending on the life stage or on the stage of the life cycle of your product, or also depending on the situation of every company, you need to be prepared to adjust your price as a company. And in this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about it, about 7 types of 7 situations that are different, so you can be as flexible as possible and make the most profits as a company. You need to know about discount and allowances, about psychological pricing, geographical pricing, and maybe also about international and dynamic pricing. In this video, we talk about it all. In this video, we talk about discounts and allowances. I will tell you everything that you need to know about them because they are price adjustment strategies, and I will also provide you with the examples to understand them better. Discounts and allowances are the first price adjustment strategy we talk about. It means reducing prices to reward customer responses such as volume purchases, paying early, or promoting the product. Before going in depth about how this pricing adjustment situation works, let's see some clear definitions that you need to know. Discounts means a straight reduction in price on purchase during a stated period of time or of a larger quantity. Allowances mean promotional prices paid by manufacturers to retailers in return for an agreement to feature the manufacturer products in some way. Most companies adjust their basic pricing to encourage some behaviors that helps them, for example, paying the bills early or buying big quantities. Pricing and allowances are adjustment strategies that work independently, so let's begin with the types of discounts you may encounter. One form of discount is cash discount, which is a price reduction to buyers who pay their bills promptly. A quantity discount is a price reduction to buyers who buy large volumes. A functional discount is also called trade discount, and it is offered by sellers to trade channel members who perform certain functions such as selling, storing, and record keeping. A seasonal discount is a price reduction to buyers who buy merchandise or services out of season. In other words, discounts are a straight reduction of price. The customer pays less. It doesn't matter why and how and in which situation. You need to remember that the customer pays less. Let's now see some situations for allowances. Trade-in allowances are price reductions given for turning in an old item when buying a new one. They are most common in automobile industry but are also given for other durable goods. Promotional allowances are payments or price reductions that reward dealers for participating in advertising and sales support programs. Remember that allowances go in the same situation as price adjustment and reductions, but they reward the customer for trading something in or for having several benefits. It's not just a straight cash discount. Segmented pricing is the second option we talk about when we discuss about price adjustments. It means adjusting prices to allow for differences in customers, products, or locations. Before going in with the video in depth, let's see some clear definitions and some elements that you need to know. Segmented pricing is selling a product or service at 2 or more prices where the difference in prices is not based on differences in cost. Companies do this because they often have to adjust their basic prices to allow for differences in customers' products and locations. So basically, in short words, yes, companies sell the same product in different locations at different prices. Let's take an example. You can buy a Coke or a bottle of water or a bottle of Sprite in, I don't know, let's say India for less than $1, and you can buy the same can in the States for $2. Although the cost of production are the same, that can differ if the production facility is in a different location. But the idea is that in order to maximize the profits, the company wants to sell in as many locations as possible. Segmented prices can take different shapes and forms, and in the following minutes we will discuss them. Customer segmented pricing has the different customer pay different prices for the same product or service. For example, museums or cinemas would charge lower prices for students and seniors. Product form pricing means having different versions of the product being priced differently, but not according to differences in their cost. For example, think about flight tickets. On the same flight, the economy price seat will be cheaper than the business class seat. Location-based pricing is when a company charges different prices for different locations, even though the cost of offering is the same. For example, state universities charge higher tuition for out-of-state students. And finally, using a time-based pricing, a firm varies its price by the season, the month, the day, and even the hour. For example, movie theaters charge lower pricing during daytime, and resorts give weekend and seasonal discounts. Of course, just like in other pricing strategies, in order to be able to apply the segmented pricing adjustment strategy, you need to go through some conditions. The market must be segmentable. The segments must show different degrees of demands. The cost of segmenting and reaching the market cannot exceed the extra revenue obtained from the price difference. The segmented price must be legal. Segments price should reflect real differences in customers' perceived value. And there is one important condition that you need to understand, is that when you charge higher prices, the money that the customer pays must be feel like the right value, because if not, the customers will stop buying. And also in the other scenario, if you sell the cheaper product, those citizens and those customers shouldn't feel like the second class. Psychological pricing and price adjustments is the third option we talk about when we discuss the pricing adjustments that a company can make. It means adjusting prices for psychological effects. Before going in depth with everything that you need to know, let's see some clear definitions of the elements that we work with. Psychological pricing is a pricing adjustment strategy that considers the psychology of prices and not simply the economics. The price is used to say something about the product. To many consumers, the price reflects the quality of the products. Consumers usually perceive higher priced products as having higher quality. This happens because when the consumers have to judge a product in order to make a decision whether to buy it or not, if they lack experience with it, they would also lack the information or skill to make an informed decision. Therefore, the price becomes an important quality signal. The truth is that in most of the cases, when a product is out of our budget, we consider that it is probably a higher quality rather than overpriced. Another aspect of psychological pricing is the reference price, which is the price that buyers carry in their minds and refer to when buying at a given product. The reference price might also be formed by past prices. So what this means, to give you an example, let's say that you are in Italy and you want to buy an espresso, and let's say you are from the States. Your reference price, for an example, let's say it's $3. In Italy you find it for $1.50. That is the difference in the psychology. You can also find it for €5. It doesn't matter. The price reference is that you can buy something without checking the menu, because you have an idea of how much it should cost. For most products, the customers don't have all the skill or all the information to assess whether they pay a good price. They don't have the time, ability, or inclination to research different brands or stores to compare prices and get the best deals. And also, we can look at some certain methods that are used in psychological pricing to well make and form up the best prices. A 9 or 0.99 at the end of a price often signals a bargain. This is very much used in online sales, Best Buy or Target. In contrast, high-end retailers favor prices ending in a whole number like $6, $35 or $200. Others used 00 cents ending on regularly priced items and 99 cents endings on discount merchandise. The digit 8 is round and even and creates a soothing effect, whereas 7 is angular and creates a jarring effect. Some psychologists even argue that each digit has a symbolic and visual quality that should be considered when pricing, and although the actual price difference might be small, the impact of such tactics might be big. Promotional pricing is the fourth pricing strategy that we talk about when we discuss the price adjustments options. It means temporarily reducing prices to spur short-run sales. Before going in depth with this strategy, let's see some clear definitions and the elements we work with. Promotional prices means temporarily pricing the products below list price and sometimes even below cost, to create buying excitement and urgency. The most important aspect about promotional pricing adjustments is the fact that it can take several forms, and in the following minutes we will discuss them. A seller may simply offer discounts from normal prices to increase sales and reduce inventories. Sellers may also use special event pricing in certain seasons to draw more customers. Limited time offers such as online flash sales can create buying urgency and make buyers feel lucky to have gotten the deal. Cash rebates are sometimes offered by manufacturers to consumers who buy the product from dealers within a specified time. The manufacturer sends the rebate directly to the customer. Other manufacturers offer low-interest financing, lower warranties, or free maintenance to reduce the consumer's price. These forms of promotional prices can help the customer go over some decision process in order to help them buy. One example of promotional pricing strategy used is T-Mobile encouraging its voice plan customers to break free from Wi-Fi only tablets and to add its 4G LTE mobile internet devices services. The company offered discounts up to $100 on tablets and a free gigabyte of internet. Such aggressive promotions can provide powerful buying incentives. By constantly offering promotions can backfire on the company because there are some situations that can devalue the brand image or devalue the image of the product, and we should be careful at some aspects. During the holiday season, it's a bargain war. If used too frequently, promotions can create a deal-prone customers who will always wait for discounts before buying the product. Also, by constantly reducing prices, the value of the brand can be eroded in the eyes of the customers. Most marketeers tend to use price promotions as a quick fix instead of developing a long-term strategy for brand building. Therefore, such problems must be solved through balancing short-term and long-term sales incentives and brand building. Geographical pricing is the fifth pricing strategy when we talk about the price adjustments a company can make. It means adjusting prices to account for the geographic location of customers. Before going on with the video and going in depth about this topic, let's see some clear definitions and some aspects that we work with. Geographical pricing is setting prices for customers locating in different parts of the country or world. The company must decide how to price its products for customers located in different parts of the world. As you can imagine, there are many questions that a company needs to answer to when they want to expand on geographically or globally, because the most important thing is the cost of shipping, as you can imagine. So there are several scenarios and there are several strategies that a company can adopt, and let's discuss them right now. The FOB origin pricing is a pricing strategy in which goods are placed free on board the carrier. The company will ask each customer to pay for the shipping cost from the factory to the customer location. The title and responsibility pass to the customer, who pays the freight from the factory to the destination. Uniform delivered pricing is a geographical pricing strategy in which the company charges the same price plus freight to all customers regardless of their location. It is the opposite of FOB pricing. The freight charge is set at the average freight cost. Zone pricing is a geographical pricing strategy in which the company sets up 2 or more zones. All customers within a zone pay the same total price. The more distant the zone, the higher the price. Zone pricing falls between FOB origin pricing and uniform delivered pricing. In this way, customers within a given price zone receive no price advantage from the company. Basing point pricing is a geographical pricing strategy in which the seller designs some city as basing point and charges all customers the freight cost from that city to the customer. If all sellers used the same basing point city, delivered prices would be the same for all customers and price competition would be eliminated. The last type of geographical pricing is freight absorption pricing, in which the seller absorbs all or part of the freight charges in order to get the desired business. The seller might reason that if it can get more business, its average cost will decrease and more than compensate for its extra freight cost. The freight absorption pricing is used for market penetration and to hold on to increasing competitive markets. Dynamic pricing is the sixth pricing strategy that we discuss about when we talk about price adjustments. It means adjusting prices continually to meet the characteristics and needs of individual customers and situations. Before going on and in depth with this one, let's see all the definitions and all the elements that we need to know. To understand dynamic prices, we need to understand first that prices used to be set and standard. So that was a standard convention either from the seller asking a certain price of the buyers, or either it was a negotiation between the seller and the buyer for the standard price. Well, the dynamic price comes as a new element. Dynamic pricing is very much used in industry of retailers, airlines, and up to hotels and sports teams who charge their price considering the demand and the competitor pricing. The price can be optimized on a daily, hourly, or even continuous basis. A good example of dynamic pricing practice nowadays is the way Uber works. Although dynamic pricing can help sellers to optimize sales and serve customer better, it can also damage customer relationship and trust. The way Uber app works is by analyzing traffic business and competitors, therefore understanding the demand of the customer. If you really need an Uber now, cause it's raining and the traffic is busy, you will pay more since the demand is higher. And as you can imagine, another good example of this practice can be found online. Most of the websites nowadays use your purchase history. Not just that, but your searches as well, even comparing how much you usually pay online to determine a price range that will be accessible to you. Just like Uber, flight websites usually track your online activity, and the more you visit sites looking for flights, the more expensive your tickets will become. Although these practices might not seem really legal, as long as they not discriminate for gender, for age, for race or something like that, they are perfectly legal. This was everything you need to know about the 7 price adjustment strategies. I hope you remember that there are 7 strategies that a company can use, going from geographical, from psychological, from everything and on and on. You need to remember the most important aspects about them. If you want to watch more about pricing, well, find out that in this chapter we also talked in this video right here about pricing for new products and for mixed products. And in this video right here, we talked about the major pricing strategies. In the links down below in the description, you will find everything that is helpful for you. Before going on and checking for other videos, you need to check the links down in the description, because I'm offering you a for free business marketing dictionary. There are more than 400 terms that I've explained for you, the most used and all the terms you need to know to have a marketing discussion, and you can download that for free. More than that, if you have your own company or if you're an entrepreneur, check the links down in the description below, because I've also created a manual to create your own business plan. And not just that, you can also create a communication strategy and a marketing strategy for your company. If you manage a company or if you own your very first one, you need to check that, because it is a by the book, step-by-step instruction how to build your business plan and everything you need to grow your products and to enter the maturity stage of the company. And of course that you can support me by buying me a coffee. In the links down below you will find a link for that, because I drink quite a lot of coffee to research the information for these videos, to film them, to edit them and to post them so you can watch them for free on YouTube. So a thank you in this form is highly appreciated. Of course that you can also thank me in the very classical ways by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also please comment in the comment section down below, because it helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. You know how it is nowadays. And on my channel you will find more videos about marketing and corporate communication. I'll see you at the next one.